All right. Thanks to Nathan. We lost you all, but we're back again. We split it into part 1 and part 2, apparently.
A little interval.
Everyone needs a little break every now and again. I appreciate Nathan's efforts to make sure that people have time to go and get a cup of tea, a beverage, or a confectionery. Top up their energy levels so they can come into this marathon, not a sprint. All right, let's crack on so I can try and recoup our audience again in the background. Casemiro, Goff.
Yeah, 5. Poor game for Casemiro. Like the speed jet, a lot of loose balls, to be fair. I've liked him in his cameo appearances up to today, but again, it's going to come down to Ronaldo. I've given Ronaldo a higher mark than maybe I should have thinking about it, but Ronaldo's still awesome, but Casemiro, he didn't have the players bombing down the wings for him. The options weren't there for him today for his passing, so got himself into trouble a couple of times. Couple of nice marshalling bits. He looks like he's going to be decent, but yeah, standard 5. He did nothing exceptional at all. So,
right. At all. That's a lot of.
Well, that's what. Yeah, that's what really disappointing. Like, really, that's what I mean. Like, if you wanted to be really arsey about it, you could give him a 4. He did so little today, I think. You know what I mean? But yeah, 5 because there's a couple of nice tackles, a couple of nice interceptions that he put in. So, average.
All right. Average there for Casemiro. Christian Eriksen, Nathan mentioned that he had a good first half.
Yeah, I mean, I won't lie. I wasn't as hyped as Nathan was about it, but he's slotted in. Like what I say about Malassi, he's slotted in flawlessly. Eriksen, what he brings to the team, the calm passing, just a quick vision of knowing someone's over there and like actually getting the ball to him. He's not our problem. Our final ball is. Yeah. Or people being in the right position for him to give them a final ball is the problem. So yeah, he done all right, 6, but it was nothing special. You know what I mean? Nothing special at all.
Yeah. All right. Fred gets a 5.
Yeah, they played him in the 10 basically, didn't they? In that role, the 8, like the attacking midfield role. Average. This is what I mean. 5s aren't a bad score in my book. It's just an average, bog average performance from Fred. Nothing to shout home about. Got a little lost sometimes. I think if you're going to play him there, it's better to have Bruno with him. But again, no one was offering themselves. The movement wasn't there today from what it was against Arsenal. There's Fred here at one point, then he's over here. He was just static all game, nothing. And again, final ball. The amount of times I Fred or anyone on this team, Casemiro and Elanga, anyone just gave away that last ball just wasn't good enough, wasn't crisp enough, wasn't hit cleanly enough, wasn't hit with enough power. Poor performance.
All right. Anthony, 6.
Yeah, do you know what? The fact giving him a man of the match, not for me at all. He was. I could have gone as low as a 5 with Anthony today. To be fair, he was very wishy-washy. There for brief moments in the game, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Do you the rest of the game. What that is, I think some people get drawn in and excited, but he's an entertainer, isn't he? That's the kind of player he is. So when he's got the ball, he's going to want to do something with it. He's going to want to be sort of electric with it. And he's going to want a couple of step overs or a flip flap out of nowhere. That's what he's there for. He's there to entertain. So it's not a surprise that maybe the youngsters are going to get excited about seeing the likes of Anthony in the team and doing a bit of flash.
Oh, no, 100%. But that's when you have to also... you can't get frustrated with a player like Anthony. You can't. You got exactly what you just said there, Kit. I remember when we signed Sanchez, and the first thing you said to me was like, mate, he's going to lose the ball 8 times out of 10, but the 2 that he gets through, it'll be like electric. It'll be magnificent. He'll do something amazing. So that didn't quite work out, but that's what Anthony's going to be, and he's going to lose it a lot. But it's more, he's got to get the discipline up in the team, tracking back, making sure he's with his man, little things like that. It won't take him long to get into it, you know what I mean? He looks exceptional, but yeah, don't get on his back. Just give him time. Let him mature into the team, and yeah, he could be a really good talent. But yeah, the thing is, the flip to that coin is there were days like this where I could easily give him a 5 because he did nothing. So, but that's because there was nothing going on. He's like what you're saying. He's that sort of player that when the team's in the ascendancy, when the team's in its pomp and its stride, that's when he's at his absolute best. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's 5 or 6 of. It's fair.
All right, Elanga.
Elanga for me today, he was my man of the match. Elanga, for when he played. I can see why. Did he get the whole game? I think he did, didn't he? I can see why Ten Hag likes him. The energy that he brings. He actually does the tracking back. I didn't realize how big he is either. He's obviously quite a big fella, isn't he? So he's got some muscle behind him. Shoulder barging bods off the ball. Energy. Final ball though. Yeah, again, you're going to hear it. This is the problem with Elanga. He's like Nathan said a long time ago. He's a squad player at best, and he is. But this is the sort of performance you want to see from him, where he puts a lot of effort in, speed, gets up and down the flank. So yeah, 7 my man of the match personally, done well. I think done really well. Yeah. For what, he was the only one I thought at any point. This is what I mean about Anthony was disappointing. When Anthony got the ball, I didn't think he's about to do something with this. When Elanga got the ball, I was like, actually, for once, it feels like he is going to do something with it, and that's going to be the power behind Man United's push into the top 4 this season. Is the interchanging roles of our front 6 once Martial's back. Elanga, Garnacho obviously got on the pitch today as well. Anthony, Rashford, Ronaldo, really finding out which 3 are the best 3 that because you presume Anthony's spot is nailed on now. You don't spend 90 mil on someone, so he's got to perform. Sancho out on the left, he's got to perform. Rashford through the middle at the moment, and he's got to perform. If one of them doesn't, Martial comes in, and Elanga's there showing that he can do bits. Garnacho over and that, like it's interesting to see. It's a headache that Ten Hag will be pleased to have for once. You know, that much firepower. So
definitely. Cristiano Ronaldo 6.
Yeah, he's desperate for a goal, but it's one of the ones where the mind's willing, but the legs are starting to give, aren't they? You know what I mean? I think he's a thoroughbred. I think to get the best out of Ronaldo, you have to play him every week if he's not injured. I don't think you can use him in this bit part role. We're going to have to because he doesn't command the position at the moment. Not with how Rashford done in the last 2 games now. Martial done in pre-season. He doesn't come just because it's Ronaldo. That shouldn't be his position, and fair play to Ten Hag for being brave enough to be like, no, like this is what's working. And you saw it today. Listen, is it a coincidence? Like I'm Ronaldo's biggest fan, but is it a coincidence that we lost again today? Is it back to last season because Ronaldo's back in that front line? Not just Ronaldo, Maguire and Lindelof. These players that weren't giving it like Ronaldo did last year. He was our best player, obviously, but like. Is that culture still there in these players? This slow, languid build-up style of play, hoping to hit teams on the counter, and it's just not the way it should be. So, but yeah, average performance 6, definitely a 6 for him. You can't give him no more than that. Again, could have been a 5, to be quite honest with you. I feel like I've got more generous as the team's gone
on. Martinez.
Yeah, I agree with Nathan and the crew there. They're definitely once he come on, surely this is what I mean. Like Martinez has come in and actually made our defense look stable, even with Lindelof at right back and Maguire next to him. And I saw someone in the comments in the last video saying Maguire wasn't to blame today. No, he wasn't. But Martinez was definitely one better than him, and that's why Maguire gets a 5 and Martinez gets a 6. He's just calmer.
Sorry. Yeah, no, but this is what I can't like. This is what gets me. Like, these are not personal digs at a player, But Maguire was in the team for the first 2 games. Yeah. He gets moved out the team. Man United go on and win 4 games. He comes back in the team. Man United lose. Now, I'm not saying Maguire is the... Well, no, this is exactly what I'm saying. I'm not saying Maguire played poor, but I'm saying bringing Maguire back into the team causes Man United to lose because they have to change the way they're playing and they have to change the way they function. Yeah. They have to slow down their play. They have to cover for a player now. And he's a defender. And he's not that good to be a player that you should have to have other players around to cover for. That's the problem. This is not any personal attack on a player. This is clear as day now. This is clear as day. Shaw does not come back in the team. Maguire does not come back into the team because they are just not doing what the manager wants. And they've not been doing it for the last 3 seasons or when they want. Not so much Maguire, more Shaw. Maguire's just not there. He's just not at the races.
So Martinez definitely not a penalty. Disgraceful decision. I know we touched on it, but terrible decision. So
Fernandes.
Yeah, good. Come on, energy. For this, the subs, I agree with the crew that outside Old Trafford that the boys that came on gave more energy, but again, still nothing. Just nothing. Like I can't describe like the apathy it feels like that the players out on the pitch today, and I don't know what it is. Like just like I say, languid movement, the laziness, the passing not being like 100% on the button. Because there's a number of chances today that if that last pass was 100% good, that's a goal guaranteed. But yes, better than most 6.
Charlie McNeil come on, which was good to see.
Yeah, and I forgot. Yeah. But again, they had minutes. I mean, Sancho and Garnacho had about 20, but by then the game was done. That's what I mean. Even with 20 minutes to go,
that's the thing. That 20 minutes to go, the game should never be done at 1.
Yeah, it just we never look like scoring. You know what I mean? So they all get 5. Fair play to them. You know what I mean? Garnacho again, he gave more. To be fair, this is what I mean about. I could have got more generous. I could have given most of this team a 5 today, Keir. Bang average, down the middle. Didn't do enough anywhere on the park, really. A couple of standouts, Elanga, Martinez. Nice to see Garnacho and McNeil get on the pitch. But apart from that, nothing going on that pitch today. Dreadful performance from the boys, really. And one that I'm sure will answer a lot of questions for Ten Hag going forward about who he can trust when he brings them in, etc., etc.
Yeah, because I think if there was any sort of doubt in his mind that maybe that they could play, they could bring him back in, I think tonight would sort of nip that in the bud. I think that's a clear. We need to move these players on.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. If Real Sociedad hadn't got a penalty, they weren't scoring either. This game was 0-0. Like 30 minutes in, you knew this game was destined for 0-0. They got a dodgy penalty. Fair enough. They've won 1. It's one of them games. You can't even feel mad at it because it's what's the point now? Like that penalty is so awful that we were so bad. We were never going to win. We didn't deserve anything out of that game. So
yeah, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Sociedad would never have scored if it wasn't for that penalty. It was the way that United played tonight.
Yeah.
And there was just no real pace to the game. It was very lethargic, it seemed.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was arrogance, thinking that Sociedad would just turn over, because everyone knows that Sociedad are a decent team, very well respected. It is. I just think the change in personnel was just enough to not have that spark. So yeah. All right. Any final thoughts on the game before we go?
I just hope it doesn't dent the confidence of the team. I mean, obviously, we presume there's no games this weekend. But going forward, let's hope it doesn't dent the confidence of the team. That's all I hope.
All right. Thank you for everyone who joined us for part 1 and that solitary figure in watching us right now in part 2. We appreciate the support. We know who you are, but we know you're there.
But thank you. Yeah,
thank you. That is all we have time for. As Garth said, the chances are that there won't be a game tomorrow. So rest in peace, the Queen. I'm sure we will be back on sometime early next week, just to talk all things Man United. All right, thank you for joining us tonight, Garth.
Pleasure as always. Thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining us tonight, Nathan. Before you absolutely ruined the show and turned it off, it was going so well. He's not here for his technical ability.
Yeah, don't let him be a technology. Don't let him be a technology, mate.
Definitely, for sure. Thank you for joining us, Lauren. Thank you for joining us, James. It's good to see you, and Marcel in the back. I knew he was going to come eventually, but Nathan nipped it. He cut it off. He killed it. All right. Peace out, people. Stay safe, and wash your hands.